It was an honor to be at the microphone for that. I've done combines for 14 years, and that is easily one of the top 5 moments in the history of covering the combine when Shaquem Griffin stepped out there and ran a 4.38, topped only perhaps by the 20 reps of 225 in the weight and reps from the day before from UCF. Shaquem Griffin here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Shaquem?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me today.
Come on now. I saw you just a few hours after you put the 20 up. You know, you were at the Michael Johnson Performance Suite. I was the other athlete in the room at the time, and it just seemed like stuff was dawning upon you at that moment in time. That the significance outside of the weight and reps room by the rest of planet Earth was becoming apparent to you. What was going through your skull at that point, Shaquem?
I mean, at that point, I was just feeling like everything was at a good start, but I had to remember that it was only the beginning of what I wanted to accomplish from that weekend, and that's why when I met you at MJP, we both would make sure we was getting some good treatment and make sure that we stayed focused on the task at hand. And I think we did well at that.
Yeah, I did.
but for the most part, it was just making sure that I got the bench press out the way, make sure I did good there, and make sure that I was able to finish strong throughout the entire weekend.
And I think you remember I showed you the tweet of the mom with a 7-year-old kid who drew you, right? Who drew your
yes.
And what'd you think of when you saw that?
I mean, that was awesome to be able to see that, and the drawing was really accurate. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So I was excited to see that, and to be able to see me and see that picture come right after. I mean, that was amazing, and it felt so good to be able to see that. I mean, it made me feel happy. It made me feel happy. Definitely say that.
Do you view yourself as an inspirational figure?
Yeah, I mean, at this time, I'm starting to figure out, what I'm able to do for other people. I mean, I talked to my mom a month ago about it, and I didn't have that feeling, but now I'm starting to understand more as I go on. Like as I go on more, I'm starting to understand what I'm able to do, and man, it feels so good where you have so many people behind you and supporting you, knowing that you're doing the right thing, and obviously me doing what I need to do to be able to accomplish my goals, but not only accomplish the goals for me, but it's only going to set an example for those who are outside looking in. And I think that's important for me because, nowadays you have so many people who want to, have a say-so on things and be able to set limitations on people, and which is never accurate because nobody ever set limitations for you besides yourself. And I want to be able to be a figure where, I can stop people from doing that because people set so many limitations on me, but I think I'm beating them all right now.
I would say that. I mean, what did your mom tell you about that responsibility? Walk me through that conversation a little bit more, if you don't mind.
I mean, for me and my mom, I just talked about, just being able to overcome so many things and not be overwhelmed with everything for the most part. And things come so fast that sometimes people get overwhelmed and not being able to withstand it. But I think, having my family around me, having them be able to talk to, being able to be open to them about everything that's happening, it never gets to a point where it's overwhelming to the point where I can't handle it. And I think that's pretty good because, obviously it's so much going on, but being able to withstand it and be able to be that figure for everybody who's outside looking in, I mean, it feels so good to do that because I know if I can keep doing what I'm doing, it's only going to help kids and make sure you're like, you know what, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to accomplish some of my goals. I want to be able to, never let nobody tell me what I can't do. I want to be able to be that guy or girl who can just be the best in everything they do.
Shaquem Griffin here on the Rich Eisen Show. Did you get that sense from any in the scouting community, any in the interview room, any at all, that the general sense is that there will be some people in the NFL who just automatically think you can't, based on just judging you by your left arm?
Yeah, I mean, I know it. I mean, at every single level that I've been on, there's always been a few coaches or somebody who feel like, I don't think this guy is capable of doing anything, but that's why I do what I do, and I make sure I can prove them wrong every single time, and I'm never going to stop doing that.
And you were cramping up during that workout, as I saw on Sunday. Did you think at any point in time that maybe that your pro day would be a better shot for you to work out as opposed to the combine?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, after I ran the first 40 and got to the second one, I started cramping up really bad. But, I didn't want to just stop there because, it was so much I wanted to prove. And even though I was cramping up during the drills, I think I was able to, accomplish a lot out of that. But, I definitely want to be ready for the pro day and show what I can really do at 100%. I mean, I think it's going to be a real sight to see.
So I just want to talk to you about, do you remember the story? Do you remember the story that people have heard about, again, learning your story about your mom catching you to try and cut the fingers that you did have on your left hand off? Do you recall that at all, that you were trying as a young man to do what was eventually surgically necessary?
Yeah, I remember it clear as day, and it's crazy because when you think back at 4 years old, you don't really remember much, but when I remember moments like that, that's when you know it's pretty serious. I mean, I remember just sleeping, rolling over, hitting my hand on the wall. It was intense pain, and I was like, I'm going to the kitchen, and I'm gonna do what I need to do for me to feel better. And I remember just climbing on the counter, getting the knife out the drawer, and trying to remove my own fingers, trying to be, Dr. Griffin. But my mom caught me, and the next day, my mom took me to the hospital. I just remember dragging my red rag, and she picked me up, laid me down on the bed. I remember they put the mask on me, and I woke up with bandages.
And then do you remember what the next few years was like at all?
I mean, I know that's when I started playing football. I remember my mom was like, don't go outside and play because I want you to dirty up your bandages. And I remember the next day I'm outside catching the ball, came back into the house with a bloody bandage. But it felt so much better than what it was before that it didn't matter that I had a little blood on my bandage. I was good to go. And then next thing you know, a few months, I'm in organized football, and I never stopped since then.
Dion was your guy, right? Growing up, is that your idol? Prime, Dion?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. And I talking to him yesterday, and I had to let him know I had to get my my prime time on when I took off running.
That was neat for us at the NFL Network to hook the two of you up on live TV yesterday.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, I had to control my emotions during that time period. I had to, be able to speak clearly for him and being able to get a good conversation. I mean, that was amazing. I mean, I would never thought in the million years I would have the opportunity to do that, and it feels so good that I was able to.
Well, a couple more questions for you, Shaquem Griffin, here on the Rich Eisen Show. Who interviewed you? What interview rooms did you go into? What teams did you talk to at the Combine?
I mean, I did a lot of informals, but I did one interview with Seattle. That's the only interview. I can say I really enjoyed that interview, being able to meet everybody and talk to Pete Carroll. And I remember talking to him, and I asked him questions like, what's fast? And he was like, for a linebacker, 4'6", 4'5", and I was like, nah, what's fast? I didn't think it was fast for a linebacker. What's fast? They're like, 4'5", 4'4". I would just let him know, just make sure you pay attention because I'm going to get my brother time.
And you matched it.
You think about it, you talking to a linebacker like, I don't know, you can get that. So coaches are like, yeah, I know he can get like 4'4", 4'1", 4'2", but no, 4'3" that's me going for gold.
Well, you got the gold. So I assume, is that the goal, is to hear your name on draft night being drafted by Seattle so you play with your brother again?
I mean, my goal is just to be drafted by somebody or get a call or get an opportunity for somebody. I mean, me being in Seattle with my brother would be amazing. That would be one heck of a story, I can tell you that. But me having an opportunity is the main goal. And that's all I ever wanted was opportunity. If I get opportunity to show somebody what I can do, I'll make sure I get the job done.
Well, Shaquem, you sure did, man. And, I appreciate you calling in here. And you're welcome here anytime. I'd love to keep in touch with you to follow you along your journey. And when you hear your name on draft night, I will be standing giving the ovation that you deserve in Dallas.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you again for having me.
Always. You got it. Thanks again. That's Shaquem Griffin.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.